an abortive patient. Kaya nagulat ako, nagsulat agad sila that IUD is part of the family planning methods or contraceptive method. Kasi yun nga ang contention eh. If you go by the dictum of the school of thought that life begins at fertilization, ako na magsasabi sa inyo, lahat yan are considered abortive patients. Kasi lahat yan disrupts fertilization eh. Even the hormones that you take disrupts fertilization. It disrupts ovulation, ergo it disrupts fertilization. So lahat yan, abortive patient. Ang pilosopo ang iniisip ng ibang mga abogado is kahit yung advocacy ng natural family planning is actually abortive patient. Kasi hindi mo pinagdikit yung sperm sa egg. Kasi hindi mo pinagdikit yung reproductive organ ng sperm at egg. Di ba? Natural family planning method is abstinence. E paano kung tadhana ang nakasulat sa tadhana na dapat magtalik ang inyong nanay at tatay ng araw na yun para kayo ay mabuo? Eh dahil sa natural family planning, hindi sila nagtalik ng araw na yun, hindi kayo nabuo. O, edi abortion din nangyari sa inyo. Yun yung isang mga pilosopong sinasabi nila. I'm not here to make a stand. It's for you to decide on your own kung ano ang sa tingin ninyo morally upright for you as nurses. Next please. Mandatory age, ito sinasabi ko. Health education, sinisimulan na ngayon yan even without the RH bill. Training of students starting from grade 5 up to 4th year of high school. Ano ba alam na grade 5? Hindi natatakot pa nga yung humawak sa mga putoy-toy nila at humawak sa mga ano nila. Hindi pa nga nila alam ibig sabihin yun, di ba? But, psychologists, psychiatrists, and developmental pediatricians have found out that reproductive health should be taught as early as grade 5. So, yan o, silang nagsabi doon. So, reproductive health bill, ang pinaka-importante doon, they will set up a commission. They call it the Population Commission or Commission of Population. Kasama tayo lahat doon. The head lead agency is the Department of Health, kasama dyan yung mga private sector, etc., etc. They will decide on who are the ones who violate the provisions of the RH bill. Next, please. Ito ba isang bago sa RH bill? You can no longer apply or get your marriage license and marriage certificate from the Office of the Civil Registrar without a certification of compliance that you have undergone family planning seminars for responsible parenthood, breastfeeding, and infant nutrition. Ngayon, ini-standardize na nila. Kasi ang dating ginagawa, it is just an incorporation. What is actually being counseled, especially if you are church-based, what is actually being counseled is maternal and married life. Ito, requirement under the law na Certificate of Compliance. Pag hindi ka nag-comply at ikaw ay nagbigay ng nag-issue ka ng Certificate of Compliance na hindi naman nag-seminar, kulong ka. Ganun katindi ang RH bill. Next please. Ito pa isa. Ito, dati na to. Employers shall respect the reproductive health rights of all their workers. Women shall not be discriminated against in the matter of hiring, regularization of employment status, or selection for retrenchment. Next please. Ito na. What are the parts of the RH bill? Ano ba ang nakalagay sa RH bill na pwedeng pag dinayulit mo ay yari ka? Any healthcare service provider, whether public or private, who shall knowingly withhold information or impede the dissemination thereof, and or intentionally provide incorrect information. So, paano ngayon yun? If I am, kunyari, the Philippine Nurses Association come up with a stand on the RH bill that tells all nurses concerned na IUD is considered an abortive patient, that it is against the Code of Ethics of Nursing Profession to advocate that they only advocate natural family planning method and not artificial. Paano kung gano'n ang ginawa? Or you as a Christian, as a Muslim, or as a Catholic, against your religion, yung mga pinapaturo sa iyo, mandadong pinapaturo sa iyo. Pag hindi mo tinuro yun sa hospital mo, kulong ka. Paano ngayon ang mangyayari? As in any other clinical case or medical case, kung may right mag-refuse treatment ang isang pasyente, may right din naman kayo to refuse care. Di ba? Nakasulat yan sa inyong, nakasulat yan sa inyong Code of Ethics. Pero, ano importante, when you refuse treatment or care to a particular patient, you have to refer them properly. Bago kayo mag-discharge sa kanila to another healthcare provider, kailangan you discharge them properly with proper referral. So what does this mean? I'll give you an example. Sa UST, hindi kasama sa training ang BTL or bilateral tubal ligation. Total, hindi nila ina-advocate yun. All the doctors, all the nurses, etc. of UST Hospital and UST College of Medicine, UST Faculty of Medicine and UST College of Nursing and Institute of Physical Therapy, hindi bawal sa kanila ang mag-BTL. So paano yan? Nakasulat din dito na pag may nag-request ng BTL, kailangan i-BTL mo. If it is, next please, if it is against your religious belief, pwede pa rin. Kasi, as I said earlier at the start of discussion, meron naman din tayong karapatan sa batas na sa Constitution, right to practice our own religion. So if it is against your belief na mag-BTL, nakalagay sa Orange Bill na kailangan ka mag-BTL pag nagpa-BTL, pag gusto ng pasyente, ang gagawin mo is i-refer mo properly. You can refuse, but you refer them to somebody who will teach them and who will do the procedure. Kasama na rin doon yung information dissemination. Kung ayaw, hindi kaya ng konsensya kung disseminate ng information regarding artificial contraception, number one advice ko, okay, pupunta sa gobyerno, wag mo magtatrabaho sa gobyerno. Kasi mandato yan sa gobyerno. Pero kung talagang nalumay sa gobyerno, gusto nyo rin naman magsilbi at yun lang ang contention, pwede. Pero i-refer nyo, hindi yung sasabihin pag dumating sa inyo isang tao, ano mo ba pwede kong gawin family planning method? Ay, ayoko niyan, hindi ho ako nag-a-advocate niyan. Kulong ka nun. Pag gano'n ang sinabi mo. Ang sasabihin mo ngayon is, ma'am, I will refer you to somebody else to explain to you the merits of artificial and natural family planning because it is against my religious belief. Tama nga naman, hindi mo naman pwedeng i-promote ang isang bagay na hindi mo pinaniniwalaan. So the law, the bill in itself protects that right from healthcare providers. Okay, next please. Ayan, ito yung nakasulat dyan. Yan pala yun. That all conscientious objections of healthcare service providers based on religious grounds shall be respected, provided further that the conscientious objector shall immediately refer the person seeking such care and services to another healthcare service provider within the same facility or one which is conveniently accessible. Next please. So yun yun. It is also a mandate of the RH Bill that all public officials, public officers should follow the provisions of the bill. Hindi rin pwedeng porkit si Mayor dating pare o si Mayor pro-life, hindi niya susundin yung RH Bill. Mayor naman daw siya. Hindi rin. That is part of the law or the bill that is being proposed na hindi pwede ang public official na mag-refuse. At dapat din, a public official, any public official who prohibits or restricts personally or through a subordinate the delivery of legal and medically safe reproductive healthcare services, including family planning, makakasuhan. That is one of the prohibited act. As I said, kasama rin doon, any employer who shall fail to comply with this obligation who requires a female applicant or employee as a condition for employment or continued employment to involuntarily undergo sterilization, tubal ligation, or any other form of contraceptive method. Hindi rin pwede yun na part of the employment is kailangan wala kang anak or kailangan tali ka na o kailangan na vasectomy ka na. That is under the Constitution which we call equal protection. equal protection of the law. Pwede nyo i-invoke yun. Next, please. Sinabi ko, anyone who falsifies a certificate of compliance, anyone who maliciously engages in disinformation. Now, isa pang problema yan. Nagkakaroon nga ng problema about civil disobedience just in case na ma-pass into law itong RH bill. Ang gagawin daw ng iba is hindi nila ituturo. Worse, some of them would teach wrongly. They will not teach the proper method of artificial contraception or they will not teach the proper method of family planning. Mali po yun. Especially sa ating mga healthcare providers. Even if we do not believe in something, we have to tell them as it is based on our responsibilities as doctors and nurses in the healthcare profession. If it is again, as I said, if it's against our religious belief, the other option is to refer. Okay, next. Now, where do nurses stand in the RH bill? Before we continue, again, as I said, I'm not here to advocate anything. I'm just here to tell you, as it is, what the RHB is. It is now up to you, as nurses, to make your own stand. So, where do nurses stand in the RH bill? I'll give you the premise first. Kasi I will not tell you as it is. I will just tell you, I will not tell you my side. I will just tell you what sides to take. So what is the premise? Ang premise dyan, if the bill becomes a law, it is now the duty and responsibility of every Filipino, especially us, those with interest attached to any provisions of the law. Meaning, tayo, may concern tayo sa law because we are the healthcare providers. We are the ones who would implement it actually. So, since if it does become a law, and if it becomes enacted, it is now our responsibility to adhere to its content and implement its provision. Pag ayaw nyo talaga, di mag-file kayo ng certiorari sa Supreme Court, questioning nyo yung validity ng batas base sa Constitution. So, ganun kayo adamant about it. But if it does becomes a law, the first thing that you should come into your mind is not the moral, the ethical, or other considerations regarding the RH law. It's about implementing it because it is already a law. So, bearing that in mind, ano ngayon ang importante? To